find it curious that God gave me this dream last night as opposed to like tonight. So maybe he wants me to share it. Those little cues that you want to pay attention to. I was communicating with the man of God this morning, and he began to tell me and share, some of the things that is going on there in Calaba, and how he met with beautiful, wonderful people of high places and high authorities. And immediately I remember, oh my goodness, I dreamt something about that. Adam, if he wouldn't have brought that up, because of course, the conversation could have gone in any number of directions. But then all of a sudden, the dream came back, even though it was like early morning, but nevertheless, you tend to forget things. And the later on the day, maybe in the afternoon, sometimes it comes back. But I was so thankful that Apostle brought those things up, because it immediately just reminded, oh my goodness, I have to tell you, this is what I dreamt. So here it comes. And then of course I immediately called him and told him in person. So this is what the dream was. Our family, some of those things you don't see in the dream, but the knowledge is somehow imparted into you. So you just know things even without seeing the picture. So this is what I saw. We were in the private quarters of Queen Elizabeth II. We know she has deceased, but nevertheless, God was trying to tell me something with this. So our family was invited on her request into her private quarters. This was like her private rooms, one of her private rooms. It was small enough. It wasn't big enough for an audience. So it wasn't like a regular audience, like an official one, but more of a private setting. As much as her Victorian upbringing and strict upbringing could allow her, she was a private person at the moment. If you understand that, maybe you have to be European for that. But I mean, there are very strict protocol, very strict rules, of course, around the Queen of England. So this is what it was. It seemed like we were just finishing like a week-long or however long meeting series where our team, I have seen Apostle, I have seen Pastor Donna, I have not seen other faces, but I know it was the families. It was like a family affair, which is why I thought that I need to share it with you as an encouragement. And it seemed like we have done something great for her country. And instead of giving us like a lavish gala or like a award ceremony, she wanted to make it personal. She wanted to give it a personal touch, which actually in the whole scheme of things, it meant more because it was personal. It was unprecedented for her to do that for anybody, let alone for a whole group of people. And therefore it was special. And it was also like the greatest honor, other than knighted, I assume, but it was probably the greatest honor how she could express her gratefulness for what our team has done for her and for her country. It's more like the country affair. That's what it was. So we were having fun, quote unquote, again, as much as her strict upbringing allowed her to, but she was smiling. She wasn't wearing her gloves, but she was wearing one of her hats. I clearly saw the outfit. And as I was talking to Apostle this morning, I actually looked it up and I find that outfit that she was wearing. It was a very specific one. And I don't follow her things. I never really did. I mean, you obviously hear things and see things. I don't watch television. So it's not something that stuck in my mind because I saw it somewhere. It actually came from God. And again, I don't have a particular, favorable opinion about her. So it wasn't like something that I wanted to dream of, but nevertheless, God can just drop these things into your spirit. And obviously it doesn't mean that we are going to be invited to the Queen because she's already gone anyway. But what I felt that we were given the highest honor and the highest connections because of what we can do and because of what we have done. And the Bible says that our gifts are opening doors for us. So when we go in this direction, as opposed to, I mean, you can make all kinds of phone calls and people are, opening doors for you or they're shutting doors for you. But when God opens doors for you, it is something special. And it is not something that man is orchestrating. It's not something that is manipulated or paid for. Obviously, you can get an audience with anybody if you pay for it, but it wasn't like that. It was personal, it was special, it was unique, it was unprecedented, and it was impressed upon my spirit. It was unprecedented, never happened before. And this was, in her mind, was the highest honor and the most personal touch she could give to any person or group of people. No cameras were present, and none of her bodyguards, none of her maids or anybody. It was just us and her. I don't think that ever actually happened on the earth, because it's just very much against protocol. And of course, there are some security measures as well. But she felt so comfortable with us that she really opened her like her inner chambers with us, and we were having fun. She was smiling. She was wearing a special hat. She was wearing her special outfit. It was like a pale lavender color. So God was very specific when he showed me that. And also we were taking a selfie with her. Now, if you know anything about protocol, anything about people on high levels, they don't allow you to take any personal pictures in a private setting. Even things that are going on for publicity, that is very much selected and very much screened, what can be posted, what can be even taken, because of obvious reasons. But she allowed us to take a special one. Actually, it was very interesting. It was one selfie that she allowed, and she was smiling on it. And then we wanted to take another one for some reason. Not that the first one wasn't right, but then we wanted to take another one, and that wasn't allowed. So as I was spending some time with the Lord and reflecting on the dream after I spoke with the man of God, it has been impressed upon me that we have one shot for this. Isn't that interesting that you take a shot? We have one shot, and the second one wasn't allowed. Obviously I bring it to you, and you guys need to judge it, but I think it's legitimate. And it was a nice feeling. It was just beautiful. It was beautiful. So I just wanted to share it as a matter of encouragement, that a lot of things are happening behind the scenes. We cannot be posting all the pictures with all the dignitaries, but God is opening the highest doors for us. And that's what this dream represented. Because if you think in terms of all the highest, from what we can tell, obviously there are some people who are pulling some strings behind the scenes, but as far as the Lord could show us, and as far as the world is concerned, the British royal family is the highest of all the royal families. Everybody, even amongst themselves, they pretty much agree that this is in fact so. Even in terms of assets, they have the most assets, the biggest landowners. They are the biggest landowners in the whole world. So make no mistake about that. So, but God brings you to that level. That means he in fact opened up the highest level for our ministry. I believe it is something that is going to happen in the future, but it's already in the works. And just don't lose courage if you don't see things like, being posted, or, you don't hear much details about the meetings that are happening. A lot of things are happening, and God is very much aware of where we're going, and he's taking us there. And that's all I have to say about that. God bless you.